My name is Mike Malak. I work at Lovesac HQ in Stamford, Connecticut. I manage all of our brand activations, our influencer partnerships, and a lot of the content that we create for marketing communications. So basically, we started utilizing influencer marketing in 2016 to amplify the reach of our marketing. We just didn't have the kind of budgets that our competitors did in terms of reaching the people that we wanted to reach with our brand messaging. And we found that influencer was a great way to not only amplify our reach, but also to create new content that we could use across channel. So when we first started working with influencer marketing, we were just using all normal tools, the same tools that someone in other marketing roles would use. We used a lot of Excel spreadsheets. We used a lot of Word documents to kind of write briefs and send stuff out, and it was just so manual, and sometimes I would have to pull other people from the team in to handle one role, and all of this, by the way, just to get one partnership done. You know, and then sometimes, hey, the partnership would fizzle, and you've taken a big swing that took 30 hours of time, and you know, it turned out to the audience wasn't as engaging as you thought they were going to be because you didn't have that good data going into the partnership that would have told you not to do it or would have told you to do it. So once we started working with a bunch of different influencers at the same time, we started to see this drumbeat that we'd always been looking for. And so as opposed to this one spike of traffic to site or increase in page growth on Facebook or Instagram, you started to see those baselines rise. As you started working with 5, 6 influencers at a time, and then 10, you started to see those levels rise. And now you've got constant traffic on site, and you've got constant page growth. And so we started to notice this is something we want happening all the time, but there's just no way we're gonna be able to do it through this very manual process. And so we started to, at that point, look at partners, look around, is there someone in the space that could help us? But by the way, isn't an agency that's gonna take 15, 20, 30% of our total spend? We just started to look at different partners and to try to find a solve. One of the things that stood out to me was their chat feature that allows me to work directly with influencers and talk to them kind of in their native environment. And as opposed to going back and forth through emails with agents and intermediaries and managers, I'm able to actually chat directly with the influencer on their terms, in their environment, and that allowed me to foster a really personal relationship with them, which is what I'm used to. So in the past, I had to manually go through that process, search the influencer, or handle a proactive request, find out if they're working with an agent, how do we get through the brand messaging, contracting, all of these different things. And it would probably take 3 to 4 hours per influencer to get through all this stuff and get product to their door. Search function allows me to move through influencers at a pretty quick rate and gives me the information that I need right off the bat. So it shows me how many followers they have, their engagement, but it also gives me a quick overview of what their content looks like and allows me to find out if they create content that we would want to push out or we would want someone else to push out for the brand in conjunction with all of the other metrics that we look for in influencers, like engagement and follower count. Literally impossible to measure out how each one of these influencers was performing by collecting all of this data on who their demo is, how many views each video got, how many impressions each image got, how much engagement, how many actual conversions happened as a result. I mean, there's all this data. I would never be able to collect all of it. Now with this Analyze page, I'm able to have all of that streamlined into one page. It gives me estimated media value, and it then allows me to then take all that information back to senior director, back to the board, and say, this is how our influencer program is performing right now, and this is how we could ratchet it up even more to then continue that performance upward. I'm now able to work with 20, 30, 40 influencers throughout the course of the week and still have time left over to work on analytics. How can that content be repurposed across our other channels, put behind paid ads? And it's just completely streamlined the approach, and it's been the only tool that's allowed us to scale out the process. It's been an incredibly easy product to use as it just streamlines that whole process from top to bottom of funnel, all the way from chat down to them posting, as well as even beyond that by collecting that content into one place where I can then go and pull it whenever I need it. And so it's just really made the process super easy to scale out.